My theme for my project is called A Better Future. I chose this theme because my mother, Jamie Ramsey, worked hard to have a better future for herself. Growing up with 3 siblings and divorced parents, life was not easy for her back then. However, she worked hard for her education and managed to earn her degree because she knew she couldn't rely on anyone but herself. Jamie wanted to provide a better future for herself and her family than what she grew up in, and that's exactly what she did. Fairmont High School still exists today. It's been around since 1960, and their mascot is the Tornadoes. Its motto is to educate all students to their fullest potential. There was not that many programs at the school, but there still is a huge need for newer educational programs for American high school students, according to the reading Ravitch and Tyler. Jamie had a great relationship with people in her school, especially her teachers, according to the reading Anion. Jamie's teachers always encouraged her to do well, and she did, according to the reading Rem. Her teachers always had her back, and they were not only her educators but her friends. They believed in her more than her family did at times, and she could come to her teachers for anything. They were not just her educators, but they were her complete support system, and without them, she would not be here today. I also have other outside influence. Jeff Ramsey, my father, was also a student as well. He went to a technical school near Asheville, North Carolina for 2 years to earn his business degree. My dad has known my mother since she first started college. He always called her the smart one. He said that she was always studying and doing homework. Pharmacy was such a hard major, and Jamie had real dedication, according to my dad. He would always make time for her when it was convenient for her because she was such a hard worker in school. My grandmother, or my dad's mom, was also another influence in my mom's school life, and she did not attend school, but she remembered Jamie as someone with ambition. She remembers all the stories my dad used to tell her about how he couldn't hang out with my mom because she was always doing schoolwork. My grandma knew my mom was a good student because she never quit. Jamie Ramsey went to the University of North Carolina in Chapel Hill. She studied to become a pharmacist. Today, she works at Walgreens in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Jamie received her degree in 5 years. Jamie was the 5th person in her family to attend college. Her mother received her business degree. Her oldest brother went to UNC just like her to earn his bachelor's degree, while the other 2 went to East Carolina to earn their bachelor's in education and nursing. Jamie is the youngest sibling out of 4. Her job has made a huge impact on her family. She is able to afford a nice house, car, and is able to help her daughter with college funds. Her mother always encouraged her to earn a degree, so she was the biggest influence on her life, according to the reading Anion. Jamie was raised in a middle-class family who did not have much money, but they always had her back, according to the reading LaRue. My mom's dad never attended school and didn't encourage her to go. She never got any type of shadow education because her family couldn't afford a tutor, so she taught herself. My mother's socioeconomic status had quite an impact on her educational experience. Since she's the youngest, there wasn't much money left to go towards her tuition since all her siblings attended school. This made college hard but not impossible. She worked hard throughout high school and became the first person in her class. She placed out of a few English courses in college and managed to earn scholarships to UNC. She also took out loans to help pay her way through school. It wasn't easy, but her hard work paid off in the end. During Jamie's schooling experience when she was in elementary school, there was definitely desegregation between races, especially white and African American people. It was after the time when Martin Luther King Jr. tried to make a difference with racial discrimination, but he had not made much progress. Jim Crow laws were state and local laws that enforced racial discrimination in the southern United States, enacted by white Democratic-dominated state legislators in the late 19th century. After the Reconstruction period, these laws continued to be enforced until 1965. They mandated racial segregation in all public facilities. There were assigned buses, bathrooms, and schools for different races. This was the biggest issue during this time period, according to the readings Ravitch and Tyler. However, Martin Luther King's protesting paid off in the end. He was a civil rights leader who wanted to end segregation once and for all. After countless numbers of arrests, boycotts, protests, and speeches, including his famous speech, I Have a Dream, his work led to the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which banned segregation. I'm super thankful my mom didn't grow up in this type of environment since it ended when she was so young. The Bronson reading relates to segregation and Martin Luther King. In this reading, the author states that children don't segregate in their behavior. They play with each other freely during recess, but when asked which team was better to belong to when playing outside, they chose their own color. Jamie had an experience like this one time in middle school. Her gym class was playing dodgeball one day, and they had to split into two teams. Automatically, the white kids would go with their friends to one side, and the African Americans would go to the other. My mom didn't think anything of it, that's just what they did, and no one complained about it. In the reading, the teacher read a Christmas book where Santa Claus wasn't white. The kids had a fit about it and had a debate on what color Santa Claus really was. The stereotype that Santa is white encouraged teachers to incorporate books dealing with racism. When the children read a book on Martin Luther King and the civil rights movement, both a white and African American child noticed that whites weren't in the story. They decided to find out in history just where both peoples were. My mom agrees that we shouldn't use stereotypes in schools and that every American is equal. Jamie does support the American dream also, based off her experiences in education. Even though she was not financially stable to attend college, she did anyway because of her high grades and dedication towards school. Jamie has lived the American dream, according to the reading Provenzo. She is a functionalist because she believes everyone should have the same and equal opportunities. The Provenzo reading supports her experience because she had the opportunity to earn good grades that gave her scholarships for college. Not everyone has a chance to do this. Women in multiple countries are not allowed to earn a degree. Jamie took charge of the opportunities in front of her. The Provenzo reading supports Jamie because even though it was difficult, she didn't give up. Jamie feels that her school experience helped her live the American dream because the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill gave her many great opportunities that she will cherish forever. Today, Jamie Ramsey is a pharmacist. She is not very happy with her choice most of the time. Jamie works long and hard hours that stresses her out. She is yelled at constantly because she is not fast enough. Walgreens is not the best company to work for because she has a hard time getting off for vacation time. Jamie used to be an English major before she switched to pharmacy. Jamie is a part of the agent group because she has a job that she went to school for. So, although it is not an easy profession, she is still able to support herself and her family, and that is what really matters. I look up to my mom because of how hard she worked in school. She taught me that you can do anything you set your mind to. I'm so proud of you, Mom, more than you will ever know.